Hello and welcome to the second episode of Unpopular Opinion. Surprisingly, both films in this series have been from DC. I wonder why. Justice League. Justice League. Yeah, I don't know why I forced myself to rewatch this. But with the Snyder Cut having just recently been announced, finally, I decided, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Let's rewatch Justice League. Cause that'll be a really fun experience, yeah. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Somehow, Justice League has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, 40% of the people that watched that film actually liked it. So, let's get into why Justice League is an abominable mess. So, at first, let's get the obvious complaint out of the way. Yes, Superman's moustache was CGI'd out. Yes, it looked awful. We all know that. Move on with your lives. But then, if you want to talk about CGI, Steppenwolf. Oh my god. Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf could have been rendered for a video game and it would still look god awful. Not only that, but his villain dialogue is the most generic stuff I've ever heard. And he's also obsessed with his mother. For some reason, he just keeps saying mother in weird and strange contexts, and I don't really understand him. I don't know how in any way they thought he would be a good idea and was being well executed at the time. I'm confused. On the same subject of poor CGI, a lot of the green screen here is really bad. Surprisingly, a lot of it involves Aquaman. A lot of bad green screen happens whenever Aquaman is on screen. Yeah, for a film with a $300 million budget, this film looks incredibly cheap. There are also some incredibly poor character choices. Wonder Woman talks about Steve Trevor every other minute. And for the first couple, you're kind of like, yeah, alright, fair enough, we get it. Wonder Woman came out, yeah, we're just gonna keep throwing, yep, Steve Trevor, yep, Chris Pine, we love you. Yep, we're just gonna keep giving you love. And then they just keep doing it. It's ridiculous. And then you need to talk about Batman. Now, this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion for another episode, but I don't mind Batman vs Superman, especially the Ultimate Cut. And one of the big reasons for that is Ben Affleck's Batman, who overall gives a decent performance, and I like what he does with the character. In that film, Jesus Christ, Ben Affleck does not look like he wants to be there in this film at all. His character motivation seems to have completely changed. Suddenly he's giving quips, like a surprising amount of quips. Like, Batman is supposed to be the dark character of DC, like a very dark character, and he just gets beaten up by Superman and it's Quip City. I don't get what they were thinking about with Batman. Talking of the dialogue, a lot of the dialogue feels cringy and just really doesn't work in this film. Flash, whilst trying to be funny, comes off as slightly annoying. They try to do a lot with changing the perception of Aquaman in this film by trying to make him, yes, I'm really cool, look at me, I can throw a whiskey on the floor. And it's just, yeah, it feels like they're trying so hard that he just doesn't come across in the way that they want him to. I will give Cyborg some credit. I genuinely thought Cyborg was an okay character and at least lived up to the premise. And his CGI for this film was actually surprisingly okay, which is a bit strange, seeing as they couldn't get any of the other CGI right in this film. I also thought overall there was kind of like a portion in the middle with them trying to revive Superman, and that Superman fight when he does get revived. Most of those elements, yeah, they work. There's kind of like a half-hour chunk where you settle in and it's all right. But the first 30 minutes feels very disjointed and weird, and the final battle just isn't entertaining at all. What really irritates me about the final battle is the use of Superman, because Superman doesn't show up, so it feels like they're fighting a battle that they're losing. Superman shows up, gives them a big assist, runs away so the fight can go on a bit longer and so he can save some kids, and then just comes back and wins it for them. Yeah, it feels like they assembled the League, but they assembled the League to bring back Superman so Superman could stop the villain. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's almost like if the original Avengers film was about unfreezing Steve Rogers so he could stop Loki. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked in the Avengers, so it doesn't work for Justice League. So overall, yeah, this film's pretty dire, and I don't understand how there are some people that can sympathise with this film. It's got two clear directorial visions that are both completely opposite, which makes the film very hard to watch. It's got odd writing and performances, and overall isn't a very fun or interesting story that I ever want to have to sit through again. Oh wait, we're getting a recut of this. Please be good. So thank you very much for watching. In all honesty, I am excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Whilst it might not end up being amazing, I think it could be quite good, and therefore I am optimistic. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe. And yeah, have a nice day.
This is Willany, and if you're not already subscribed to the Nerdy Brit, right, you should be, right? If you're not, you're a loser too.
Please like, please subscribe. I'm happy to have